In this tutorial I'm going to run through with you some of the reports that Docsafe can produce so that you can see what's happening with your clients, their activities, what's outstanding, that sort of thing. Docsafe's got some really good reporting features, and to find them you simply click the reports option on the main screen. Starting with the report at the bottom left, client storage, if you click that, this will show you per client the number of documents that have been placed in that client's account and the amount of storage space that is taken up per client. It isn't often used, but it might be nice to keep an eye on client activity, particularly if some of your clients are uploading large sort of backup files, that sort of thing. The space on Docsafe, there's plenty of space on Docsafe, and it's fairly cheap to buy some additional space. So just keep an eye on that. I think that the usefulness is that you'll see which clients have got the most and which clients are taking up the larger percentages of the current disk space. Next report that's on the left here is the user's last access. So using this report you'll be able to see when your clients last logged into Docsafe. You're also able to copy this data out because it's been listed in what we call a CSV or sort of file format, so you can export it straight into an Excel spreadsheet and then analyse that data further. So that's going to show you the last access dates for any particular user. The next option here is user permissions. If you remember in Docsafe, you have client accounts and then you have users who can log into those client accounts. This is going to show you an overall picture of the access rights for that user over whichever accounts they're linked to and whichever folders are in those accounts. So you'll see in green those folders that a particular client can have access to. So in the case of Angela here, who's a user, you can see that Angela has access to these accounts, and within each of those accounts you can see the folders she has access to. However, if we look at the VeriSign account, she has access to all the folders within that account apart from the subfolder called Citrix, which is in translation. So anything in red is an account that cannot be accessed by that user. Okay, so that's a really good report to keep an eye on the running rights, the running permission rights of any user to any account and the folders within any account. The next report on the list is client activity. Now you can search by all your clients or specifically by one client. So what we're going to do is use our favourite old client here, Geese Theatre Group. What this report does, it pulls together all the activity on that particular client account. So what's been uploaded, any uploading activity, any downloading, any approval activity, any new file upload activity. All of that is listed in one long report. Now that's really useful because other than this report you would have to go to individual files to find the activity. So what it's doing, it's consolidating all the activity for each of the files within that client and placing them in a list starting with the most recent activity. So very, very useful. The last and probably the most used report is the documents report. This is going to show you all the documents on the system if you wish, or by client, those documents that are unread or unapproved or both. So I might want to know, if we go back to Geese again, Geese Theatre Group, I would like to know which of the files within Geese are actually unread. What's the client's not bothered to actually look at yet? So if I press go, these are all the files that have yet to be accessed and read by that client. Now it may be that I choose to remind the client of that because it's been a while. So you can see them, they're in date order, but you might wish to send a reminder to the client if they haven't read anything. The same can be applied to anything that's been unapproved. And I can also do that search by all staff, or specifically by me as a staff member, and my activity with my clients. So you've got lots of combinations here to use to find the sort of information, the sort of activity information, what's outstanding on any particular client. I can actually do a combination of those, and I could do them for all clients if I wished. So this is probably the most used because it gives you access to not only the documents, because if I wanted to go straight to that particular document, I could click it and it would take me to the document that hasn't yet been approved, and I can remind the client that they should approve it. So that will send an email directly to the client as a reminder. It's a very, very useful report, and probably out of all these reports here, the most widely used.